guess there's a tractor. Well, good morning. We're here for our weekly Marion County Board of Commissioners meeting. It's Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. We're here in the Senator Hearing Room at 555 Court Street Northeast. And as always, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll join us, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whoa, it's been a whirlwind getting here today for me, but I made it. Left Detroit at 7:15, and the traffic, because of all the tree harvesting that's going on, which is a good thing, is pretty crazy. Let's see, we have somebody signed up for public comment today. Gerald Turner? Gerald, welcome. If you want to come over to the side here and just for the record, introduce yourself.
All right. Do I need to push the button?
Speak
Okay.
into
No,
it.
just set that microphone close to you and we can hear you good for the recording. Thank you.
Perfect. My name is Gerald Turner, and I am a resident of Salem. On August 11th, the Board of Commissioners passed a resolution opposing the reinstatement of mask mandates in Oregon schools. That week, the county had 800 new cases and 5 COVID deaths. According to the latest data posted on the county's data dashboard, yesterday saw 464 new cases. We currently have fewer than 6 ICU beds available at Salem Hospital. And in that time, you chided the governor for not allowing you to exercise local control. Local control would be meaningful if you exercised that control to take action against this pandemic. Throughout the pandemic, county-level leadership has been absent. I am an educator. I would like to be able to go back to school, secure in the knowledge that my students will be protected. Thus far, the actions of the commission have not protected my students, my children, and the community at large. You have failed to contain the pandemic. The vaccination and outreach efforts on the agenda today represent the barest minimum to combat the pandemic. Absolutely, you should be approving these resolutions. Absolutely, we should be doing vaccine outreach. But we need more. We need a vaccine mandate for county employees. We need the Board of Commissioners to clearly and unequivocally state that vaccines work, that masks work. We need the Board of Commissioners to clearly be on the side of public health here. I understand. Mask mandates are an inconvenience. They are uncomfortable. Right now, I would really like to be able to take this mask off. But I also understand that it is a matter of public health. What I ask of the Board of Commissioners is this. Start taking the pandemic seriously, as you should have from the beginning. Stop playing politics and posturing, and start taking actionable steps. Yes, approve the contracts for vaccine and pandemic-related outreach. In addition, mandate masks and distancing in places that haven't been covered yet by the governor's order. Limit capacity indoors. Mandate the vaccine for county employees. These are all within your capability. You have the ability to determine how our fall and winter go. Please choose health. Thank you.
Thanks, Gerald. Appreciate your service. Okay, our next item on the agenda is a presentation from Katrina in our health department on COVID.
Hi. Good morning. Katrina Rothenberger, the Public Health Division Director for Marion County Health and Human Services. And first I'll share a little bit of data and then just some of the things that we're currently working on to increase our vaccination efforts and rates in Marion County. So we are experiencing a surge currently. The 2-week period, August 8th through August 21st, there were 2,035 cases with a 12.8% positivity rate. And cases have been increasing steadily since the beginning of July. Our average cases per day are 252. Yesterday was the largest day that we've seen at 464 cases. Today we're reporting 170 new COVID-19 cases. As far as hospitalizations go, I checked the OHA webpage this morning. There are 97 ICU beds available in Region 2, which is Marion, Polk, Yamhill, Lynn, Benton, and Lincoln. 88 of those are occupied, and there are 9 available. And then non-ICU beds there are 702 available, 656 are occupied, and 46 are available. And there are 153 COVID-19 hospitalizations in Region 2 as of this morning. Yesterday, Salem Health hosted a community call where they reported that there were 94 COVID patients hospitalized at Salem Health, and 80 of those were unvaccinated. So what we want to really drive home today is the importance of vaccination, and also when the booster shots become available on September 20th, to please get a booster shot as well. In Marion County, 66.6% of people 18 and over are vaccinated with at least one dose of the COVID-19 shot, which is over 175,000 people. We are experiencing some breakthrough cases as well. We've had a total of 972 breakthrough cases as of August 22nd, and this is since the time period here is from when the beginning of the COVID-19 vaccines became available. This is still less than 1% of all people who are vaccinated are experiencing a breakthrough case. And many of those with a breakthrough case experience mild symptoms. However, with our Delta variant going around, vaccinated people still have the opportunity to spread the virus. And so that's why we're asking folks to take additional precautions right now. Get vaccinated if you're not already vaccinated, and wear your mask. Wash your hands, stay home if you're sick, all of those preventive messages that we've been sharing since the beginning of the pandemic. Out of those breakthrough cases that I just mentioned, 45 of those had been admitted to the hospital. So it's still a pretty low percentage of our total breakthrough cases. And this is one of the reasons why the booster shots are now recommended 8 months after you're fully vaccinated. So for a lot of folks, those booster shots will become available on September 20th. And we're planning for what that will look like here in Marion County this week. If you remember, the initial vaccine rollout included a lot of mass vaccination sites. Vaccines were more scarce. Now they're much more readily available in pharmacies, providers' offices, and we also have some mobile partners going out to businesses providing those shots as well. We're available to coordinate those vaccine clinics as well. So if there's a business that wants to host a vaccine clinic, we'll work with you to get that set up. And I also just wanted to mention that we are experiencing a lot of cases right now, and we don't necessarily have the staff, time, and energy to follow up on all of these cases. And we're also not going to contact trace our way out of this pandemic. So we really need people to get out there and get vaccinated. And if you're not feeling well, to stay home and not infect those around you. Shots will be available at the State Fair, which starts this Friday, August 27th through September 6th. And if you get your shot at the State Fair, then you'll get a free fair ticket. So it's a great way to support our local vendors at the State Fair. Enjoy yourself outside in this beautiful weather we're having right now, and also help protect your community and those around you. Later on the agenda, we do have some contracts coming up related to closing the vaccine inequities. And those are partners that we've been working with throughout the pandemic to try and get vaccines out to those communities that experience barriers for whatever reason. So I'm really happy and proud that we've had these longstanding partners. and hopeful that we can continue this good work. So that's all I have for today. Do you have any questions?
Questions?
I was wondering if you were gonna talk about the other issue that the county is having at all.
Yeah, so
I mean, you don't have to, I guess. I'd be happy to talk about it.
yeah, and I can come back with some more concrete data, but just a note on our public health our system, healthcare system in general. We have a lot of other pressing public health issues that we are trying to figure out how to address. Are we going to stop everything and focus on COVID? Or are we going to, continue what we're doing with COVID with regard to increasing vaccination rates and testing efforts? The STIs in Marion County, for example, have been on the rise. And particularly one very concerning STI is syphilis. We've been experiencing an increase in syphilis rates in the past couple of months. And prior to the pandemic starting, we had the first congenital syphilitic stillbirth in Oregon, right here in Marion County. So that is one health issue that I'm particularly concerned about, that we have not really put the time and energy into preventing because we've been focused on COVID. And of course, I'm so concerned about the health of everyone in our community. COVID has really taken its toll on everyone. And we don't have the time and energy to address every health issue. And so I just wanted to bring up some other pressing issues that we're dealing with and making these hard decisions about. So while COVID cases are on the rise and we can't contact trace our way out of the pandemic, we're still focused on those who will experience severe disease and illness from COVID-19. But we're not going to be able to call everybody, and we need to think about these other serious health issues that are going on as well.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up, Commissioner Bethel. I think it's a good reminder of all the good work that our public health team does outside of COVID, whether it's syphilis or HIV or tuberculosis. There are a number of diseases that impact our community that you guys keep working on and have been working on over the last year, even though it seems like all the news is about COVID. And to your point, Katrina, these other diseases can also be deadly, and so they also need our attention. Your person is just as dead if they die from syphilis as if they die from COVID. So it's just an important reminder of the breadth of the work that you do, and I appreciate all that work that your team does.
Thank you.
Well, Katrina, thank you for your work, and I just want to continue to stress, as we have been, although some people don't think we have been, that vaccines work, and you can tell by the numbers. 45 people in the hospital out of 175,000 people that have been vaccinated is what we looked at yesterday. Is a very, very small percentage, and a lot of those people probably had underlying conditions, et cetera. So the vaccines are working, and we have done everything we can within the limits of the resources and the staffing and our community partners to continue to put the availability of vaccines out there and allow people to choose that. We've seen an uptick in that since this variant has gone crazy, and we will continue to make sure those vaccines are available for as many people as possible. Of the 88,000 people that were eligible for vaccines but haven't been vaccinated yesterday, the majority, or not, the people in the hospital that are going to the hospital are those, a very high percentage of those in the hospital. So I think that's important that we continue to stress. The people are looking at the numbers and saying, hey, the vaccines aren't working because there are 15 people in the hospital today that have been vaccinated. That's not true. It's a very small percentage of those that have been vaccinated. So I want to stress that and continue to stress that. If there's no other questions or comments for Katrina, then we will, I'd like, if there's anything else you want to say or ask Katrina, or anything else, Katrina, you have?
No, I forgot to mention that we have vaccine clinics and testing events on our website still too. So we keep that updated with data, vaccine and testing information, and that is covid-19.mchealthy.net.
Great. If we're done with the presentation, I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to return to public comment. I know we have an individual that walked in. I want to make sure that if there's somebody here that wants to sign up and make public comment, that we're able to do that. Great. But we did get an email, Commissioner, if somebody asked us to make sure that that email was noted for public comment today.
Yeah, so it's an email from Tina Milkarek out of Woodburn, Oregon, and the content of her email, and I'm just going to read the first paragraph. I vehemently oppose to Governor Brown's outdoor mask mandate that is effective this Friday, along with her requirement that all teachers and healthcare workers be vaccinated by 10/18/21. She continues on for several paragraphs explaining why she's opposed to that, and overall wants people to take personal accountability to protect the health and well-being of the communities and it not be a government-mandated process.
Great. Okay, so for the record, that will be submitted. Brenda has a copy of that, and then we will go on. And just the other comment I would make is that our resolution wasn't in opposition to mandates. Our resolution was in opposition of, or in support of local school districts to make their own decisions on masks, which is what the governor had originally stated. And we are continuing to abide by all the rules and regulations that come down from the governor in Marion County, as well as within our public spaces that that'll start this Friday. We will continue to abide by those rules and regulations statewide and in our county. So let's go on to our consent calendar. And I believe, is it?
It's my turn.
All right.
And I love that it's just 2 items. Actually, I did it last week because it was super long, but I'll do it again.
Well,
How
you
long's this
don't want to miss
calendar?
out on a short consent
I'll for
calendar.
sure do the consent.
You know, whatever anybody wants.
All right.
Oh, that's funny. Mr. Chair, I move to approve the consent calendar with 2 items. Item 1, under finance, approve 3 quitclaim deeds and 4 contracts for sale for the sale of tax foreclosed and surplus real properties sold at a public auction held on August 10th, 2021. For tax IDs number R65544, David Stombaugh, number R88709, Slavic Katsio, I'm sure I'm gonna get this wrong.
I know why you want to
Yeah, now
pass,
maybe I take
Commissioner.
it back. Katsio Buchuk. Number R108124, William Lemire. Number R108125, William Lemire. Number R108126, William Lemire. And number R108089, Firas Yakub. And number R108123, Firas Yakub. And item number 2, under Human Resources, approve a recommendation to adjust pay grades upward for classification codes number 031, Accounting Clerk, number 032, Accounting Specialist, number 036, Chief Accountant, and number 040, Managerial Accountant, and number 203, GAP Case Manager.
I'll second the motion.
Yeah, a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the consent calendar signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay, our first item under action, consider approval, under the Board of Commissioners, consider approval of Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs, ODVA, county grant application for ODVA funds in the amount of $229,487 for fiscal year 21-22, and Matt is here to present that. Welcome. Just introduce yourself for the record, sir.
Good morning, Commissioners, legal counsel, CAO, and staff. For the record, Matt Lawyer, policy analyst with the Marion County Board of Commissioners Office. Before you this morning is Marion County's application for grant funds from the Oregon Department of Veterans Affairs. The grant funds support the Marion County Veterans Service Office, or MCVSO, program, which is contracted through the Mid-Willamette Valley Community Action Agency. For a little high-level background, the MCVSO assists qualified veterans who reside in Marion County with access to benefits administered through the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs through 38 U.S.C. Part 2. Those benefits include preparing and filing claims and applications for government benefits for the veteran, spouse, and dependents, such as eligibility of disability benefits, healthcare benefits, supplemental claims or increase in benefits, and requests for review to higher authority. In addition, the MCVSO also does referrals to other social services, will do out-of-office assistance to persons unable to travel to the office, will submit claims for hospitals, nursing homes, and other agencies that serve veterans, increase public awareness of benefits and services. In fiscal year 2021, from October 2020 through June 2021, the MCVSO completed the following. They conducted more than 2,500 veteran interviews. They filed 205 applications for disability benefits, filed 15 applications for healthcare benefits, 59 supplemental claims, and 11 requests for higher level reviews. This work resulted in $178,145 in new monthly award amounts for veterans and $666,000 in retroactive awards for benefits. The grant before you today will allow the Marion County Veterans Service Office to continue their mission serving Marion County veterans and is presented as follows. ODVA's grant amount is $229,437. There are carryover funds in the amount of $35,450 from fiscal year 2021 into fiscal year 21-22. Marion County's contribution to the program remains at $51,014, and the total budget expenditure from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022 is $315,901. As mentioned a moment ago, there are carry forward funds. The Marion County Veterans Service Office has $35,450 remaining as carry forward grant funds from fiscal year 2020-2021 into 21-22. This is due to the protocols put in place during the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as a staffing vacancy. As a result, the program was unable to spend the allocated funds in 2021. The Marion County Veterans Service Office will use this carry forward funds for suicide awareness and prevention activities for veterans, communication expenses for outreach, supplies and advertising, staff training, and for routine maintenance and repairs on their vehicle. It is staff's recommendation to approve the grant application for ODA funds in the amount of $229,437 for fiscal year 21-22.
Questions for Matt?
I have one. When does this current contract expire?
I believe it's got 2 more years on it.
So will an RFP go out in 2022 to start in 2023?
I can confirm the date on that and get back to you on that. I
Okay.
don't know the exact date.
All right.
You ready? All right. Mr. Chair, you ready for a motion?
Yeah, you bet.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the Oregon Department of Veteran Affairs County Grant application for ODVA funds in the amount of $229,487 for fiscal year 2021-22.
I second the motion.
Yeah, motion and a second. Any further discussion? Commissioner, your question was this grant from ODVA?
When does this current contract that we have in place with Mid-Valley to execute the services of the grant, when does that expire?
Okay, so that wouldn't be, this isn't the contract with Mid-Valley, this is the contract with ODVA, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's another subject that we can find out the details of that. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right, thanks, Matt. Okay, our next item under Health and Human Services. Consider approval of incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Human Services in the amount of $27,271,357 to act as administrator for community Development Disabilities Program, CDDB, retroactive to July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2023. Carissa, welcome. Ryan, welcome.
Thank you, Commissioners. Just for the record, I'm Ryan Matthews, Administrator with Marion County Health and Human Services, and I'm joined by
Carissa Neufeld, Human Services Division Director for Marion County Health and Human Services.
And we are here seeking approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Human Services in the amount of $27,271,357 to fund Marion County's role as the Community Developmental Disabilities Program. This is for a new biennium, so it's retroactive to July 1st, 2021, and will run through June 30th, 2023. Our role as the Community Developmental Disabilities Program includes case management, of which we provide services to over 2,000 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Marion County. We also have regulatory and oversight roles, including functions such as eligibility determination and authorizing payments to our providers, and which include personal support workers, foster care, and residential providers. And these are a wide range of services that really support an underserved population in our community that often gets overlooked, but it has entitlement benefits and are ones that we really value and take pride in serving. And I'm here with Carissa, and so I wanted to kind of hand it over to talk to her, as she also fills the role as the Community Developmental Disabilities Program Manager for Marion County, and certainly has a lot of oversight over this program.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. As Ryan touched upon, we provide an array of services through the Community Developmental Disability Program.
Carissa, just introduce yourself for the record.
She did it to me.
We are the primary front door for eligibility determination for our individuals who are applying for services, and we work closely with 2 other case management entities that provide case management services here in the county. We here provide support to 2,400 children and adults, so we do provide lifespan case management for eligible individuals, and quite a bit of support to the large network of providers that supports those individuals as well, including approximately 1,800 personal support workers that are providing support to individuals and families in their home. And we have approximately 375 residential and foster care providers that are here in Marion County that are also supporting our individuals. That lifespan case management and service coordination includes helping people to identify services and supports needed in their homes so they can remain independent and integrated within our communities. It could include employment opportunities, helping them access employment services so that they can work and be productive, contributing citizens in our community, as well as finding appropriate residential service settings. So again, they can be as independent as possible and meet their health and safety needs. We also are providing regulatory support in the form of licensing and certification assistance to our children and adult foster homes. And last but not least, we're providing protective services and abuse investigations for adults who experience intellectual and developmental disabilities and may be victims of abuse or neglect. So we have a broad array of services and continue to see growth within our community that's presumed to be in large part just due to general population growth.
Great, thank you. And are there any questions we might be able to answer about the contract?
No, I asked so many yesterday. I didn't come up with any last night, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future.
Yeah, the work session yesterday was very valuable. Thank you very much. All right, so if there's no more questions.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move to approve that incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Department of Human Services in the amount of $27,271,357 to act as the administrator for the Community Developmental Disabilities Program, CDDP, retroactive from July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2023.
And I second the motion.
Yeah, motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Thank you, Carissa. I think
Thank you.
Ryan's gonna stay here with us for,
I've gotten comfortable, yeah.
yeah, you better be, because items 3 through 7.
Well, they keep going.
We're going to have one presentation, and then we'll do back-to-back motions, all right?
Sounds great. Okay, so yes, items 3 through 7 I do want to talk about as sort of a collective, because really these are all related. So all 5 of these contracts are in response to the initial funding that we received from the state of Oregon to address vaccine inequity that was earmarked across the state, and this is sort of Marion County's response to that. So our public health team, along with partners that we've worked with throughout the pandemic, worked on a vaccine equity plan that was submitted to the state and approved. And these 5 contracts and these strategies were outlined in that plan, and something that we really think can be an effective way to get at underserved populations that have, for various reasons, had inequities in terms of the distribution and access to the vaccine. So all 5 contracts are really intended to overcome vaccine hesitancy and to really provide people with the information needed to make an informed decision on what's best for them. That's really kind of the goal and outcome of these agreements. We've looked at strategies about how do we get to hard-to-reach populations who receive information from trusted sources in their communities. That may not always be our local public health team with Marion County's government entity. And so in working with these partners, we're able to communicate information through channels that are really trusted by the communities and have access to people in a way that we just simply can't reach and can't connect with. And then let's see, so I can start, I'll kind of break them. We have 5 here. The first 2 are very, very similar. So we have agreements in place with Woodburn Ambulance and Falk Northwest. And these are really agreements that are intended to overcome a lot of transportation barriers that could result in people not receiving or pursuing the vaccine. These contracts are able to provide door-to-door vaccine administration and transportation to vaccine sites for vulnerable individuals or those that have transportation barriers. We have an agreement with Mano a Mano to provide, and Interface both to provide vaccine outreach services and get information to those vulnerable and hard-to-reach populations in our county. And then the 5th agreement is with IZO Public Relations and Marketing, and that's really to assist in putting together a communication plan. We really want to make sure that we can inform our communities not only the benefits of the vaccine, but also do so in a way that isn't so fear-driven, and really try to really make it a positive communication that people can receive and receive the information to sort of educate and encourage our communities to overcome that vaccine hesitancy out of real data, real facts, real information. I think oftentimes it can be hard to know where to look to get that reliable information, and so we want to put a communication plan together that people can really trust and seek to get information. And I think really this is a symbol of the partnerships that we've made throughout the pandemic, that we've worked closely with these organizations for a year and a half plus, at this point. We've built a lot of trust, we've built great working relationships, and those collaborations are really how we can kind of pull our community together to get past, the challenging point in time that we are right now with COVID-19. So I don't know if there's specific questions I can answer about any of these individual agreements, but I think we're really proud of the equity plan that we put together. We feel like it's an effective strategy to help overcome some of the vaccine hesitancy that we're seeing, especially in specific populations of our community, and we're hoping that this leads to positive outcomes.
Yeah, so thank you, Ryan. I want to say, again, thanks to Katrina and her team. I know that Diana has worked a significant amount of time in the last year and a half with these providers out in the community-based organizations, among many, many others, to make sure that information is available and that we have access to vaccines. The one question I have is, last week we approved the contract from the state for the overall funds for this, which was, I'm going to call it part 1 of the overall package. Can you remind me when we learned that those dollars were going to be available? Like, what month was it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
here we are at the end of August.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for the public to know that It's not like we were holding on to these dollars and not trying to get information out. But the state has to do their process, and then we have a process because that's how government works. And then the information can get out there. These partners have been on standby, just like the county, to be able to put these processes in place, to be able to do positive campaigning around vaccination. And I think this is only going to enhance where Marion County has stood throughout this entire pandemic, which from my perspective and the data that I can provide anybody, shows that we've led the effort in vaccinating our community. We stood up the first regional location for folks to get access to the vaccine. We were the first county that went door to door, basically, to get PPE out there for businesses to be successful, to be open before the government shut them down. And we're going to continue to do what we need to do to protect our community, because that's what we do every day in our job, and I'm really proud of our team.
Thank you.
Good job, Commissioner. I agree.
So, Katrina, thank you. Ryan, you've been on those calls too that we've had. We start out weekly with our community organizations, and we've gone to every other week. And one of the stats that we looked at was the underserved population, and Marion County had made the most progress in getting vaccines in their arm throughout the state, and this is only going to help make that go further. We do have a need to make sure that I would say the vaccines, the low-hanging fruit has been easier to accomplish, and this will help us get to some of the more difficult places. And we really appreciate these organizations, appreciate the state, and between the state's process and ours, and I want to thank Camber, I think she's around here someplace, Camber and Jeff and her team for getting these contracts moving forward. I know Katrina and I talked, and that's really the problem when you deal with government. You got to have accountability with all these funds that go out, and Jane, legal counsel, thank you for your help on these contracts as well. So with that, if we have no other discussion, we'll take a motion.
I do actually have one more question,
Yes.
because it just came to mind thinking of the fact that this is now public, that this is moving forward. Is there an opportunity now for people to come to the table with interactive action to take more dollars out further to the community if they want to partner?
I mean, I would say if people have ideas, thoughts, I mean, we do have partner calls, we have ways that we get in touch with other organizations in our community. You know, we're open to all ideas.
So there's still room at the table.
You know, I think funding is going to, at a certain point, have to be a discussion about, you know, how do we fund some of these efforts beyond December 31st? That's one of the challenges, that a lot of the funding's been only made available through the end of the calendar year, and depending on how the pandemic is at that point in time, we needed to figure out, like, well, how do we, what funding is going to come beyond that, because work still needs to be done. But I think that we're open to any and all ideas, and if there's other partners that wanted to come to the table, we'll try to figure out a way to collaborate, so.
With the second bucket,
This is only half of the money,
Right.
right? Because we're going to submit our equity plan, our updated equity plan on the 31st, and then isn't that when the other half comes?
Well, we've allocated more than half here.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, so, because we fully expect our equity plan has been very successfully, and it's been well received throughout. So we expect we'll get that other half of the money, so we're allocated.
Okay.
So.
Getting
Perfect.
ahead of the game, so we don't
Correct.
have to slow it down.
We didn't want to
Yeah.
have to stop and then amend it and come back
Okay.
later. We wanted to allocate.
oh, good, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I have no further questions.
Okay. So Commissioner, Commissioner Wills is just gonna do one motion, we'll vote, when the next motion, we'll vote, and we'll just go right through it.
Okay. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve amendment number 1 to the contract for services with Woodburn Ambulance Service to add $150,000 for a new contract total of $300,000 to provide COVID-19 outreach services, including door-to-door vaccine administration and transportation to vaccine sites for vulnerable individuals through December 31st, 2021.
I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Chair, I move that we approve amendment number 2 to the contract for services with Falk Northwest Corporation to add $125,000 for a new contract total of $275,000 to provide COVID-19 outreach services, including door-to-door vaccine administration and transportation to vaccine sites for vulnerable individuals through December 31st, 2021.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Chair, I move that we approve amendment number 2 to the contract for services with Interface Network Incorporated to add $265,200 for a new not-to-exceed contract total of $425,200 to provide COVID-19 vaccine outreach services through December 31st, 2021.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the contract for services with Mano a Mano Family Center in the not-to-exceed amount of $200,000 to provide COVID-19 vaccination outreach services to vulnerable populations through December 31st, 2021.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Mr. Chair, I move to approve the contract for services with IZO Public Relations and Marketing in the not-to-exceed amount of $325,750 to expand on COVID-19 communication services by informing, educating, and encouraging the Latino community to obtain vaccinations through December 31st, 2021.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Just, Ryan, just a real quick question. The money's going out the door before December 31st, but do they have to spend it by then?
They do, yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so they've got to obligate it. Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right.
Thank you. Oh,
Wow,
I'm still
He's
here,
just gonna
don't
stay with
worry.
us today.
you got a cushion over there? All right.
Yeah,
Item number 8, consider approval of a contract for services with Healthcare Services LLC in the not-to-exceed amount of $150,000 to provide temporary healthcare personnel for alcohol and drug programs through August 31st, 2024.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. So we are seeking a contract with a temporary staffing company, Healthcare Services LLC, for temporary nursing staff up to $150,000. Really, this is an outcome of the statewide behavioral health staffing crisis that we're seeing. It's becoming increasingly hard across the system. This is not just a Marion County issue, this is statewide, that there just are more demands for staffing resources than there are qualified people out there to provide the service. And we really have some critical services that have to be maintained, so we are seeking to enter into this contract for temporary personnel in case we have any staffing shortages that are unforeseen, or just to cover usual, sick leave, vacation leave, known leave of absences. This would be hiring registered nurses and LPNs to cover those staffing shortages when needed. And this is for things such as the dispensing of medications, like when you think about our methadone treatment clinic. People come in for daily dosing. We need a nurse to be able to oversee that dosing. And that's not the kind of service that we can have staffing shortages and just not be there to meet that need for our community members. And then also being able to have trained nurses to be able to provide medication training, so how they are, what symptoms they need to be on the lookout for when taking these medications, how to take medications, how to monitor and administer the impact of those medications that they're on. So while we certainly hope to not have to use, the up to amount of $150,000, we hope to be able to have our own staff and have everybody in place. We wanted to make sure that we have coverage available if the need arises. So that's the intent of this agreement. I don't know if there's any specific questions.
So many.
Okay.
We provide 24 hours a day access to medication?
Well, we have a psychiatric crisis center in theory could, so we are 24/7 there. Our primary book of business, when you think about like Silverton Road, is not 24/7. We have some evening clinics, but it's not a 24/7 location.
Okay, so I think on that, how many are we really buying for this? Is this just as you go, we're gonna bill and it's not gonna exceed the $150,000?
Right, it's basically an hourly rate, so it's basically a staffing agency, so we would seek out and say, oh, we need somebody 8 hours a day for the week of September 4th through 11th, and they would bill us their hourly rate to fill those slots, and this is just an up to an amount. It's not necessarily that we're contracting. It's a little bit different than some of our contracts where we have for like specific nurse practitioners and MDs that we brought forward, where we're like, oh, we're purchasing 1,000 hours of this psychiatric nurse practitioner to work for us as like an independent contractor. This is really a temp staffing agency, which is probably more commonly thought of for more like administrative kind of positions, accounting, clerical, but we've been seeking out healthcare specific that have a capacity and a pool of providers just in case the need arises.
So is this department, is it also experiencing a healthcare provider shortage? I mean, do we have a shortage of providers within our behavioral health system
We
on a
do.
reoccurring basis that impacts this? Or do we just have kind of a bucket of money that we draw from, and then we have a need above that we occasionally need to access?
No, we have numerous vacant positions across all of our programs. It has been a real challenge. Even our psychiatric crisis center that we have to staff 24/7, staffing that 24/7 has become an incredible burden. The temp pool that we used to just always have, just numerous temps that we could fill any slot. You know, if you needed a graveyard shift and somebody was out, boom, we've got a pool of temps. It's very limited at this time, and it's really something that we have been concerned about. I know the state legislature's been working on incentives to try to address some of the pay inequities for behavioral health providers to try to hope to booster, you know, the overall pool. But it is really a huge issue, not only for us, but statewide.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to ultimately, I just wanted you to tell me what I knew, which is it's this constant stream of Oregon is in a huge dark hole of need for providers, and we can't seem to figure it out, and it usually comes down to pay. Or I learned recently that there was this really amazing process that the state imposes on psychiatric care providers that if they want to come to Oregon to be a provider, it takes them 5 years to be licensed to provide service, which is insane to me because we have a huge need. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox, but
It
thank
absolutely
you.
is very challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I visited Anne Marie over at the crisis center when I handed out keychains and all the empty slots she was showing. I mean, the challenges that we're dealing with in the crisis center and other places for workers. It's not specific just to that area of life. You can talk to all kinds of industries that are going, we need people to work, and but this is critical this is one way to do it, and it's great that you have this option to be able to find some people to fill in.
Right, we're basically trying to mitigate risk. We're trying to explore to have any options available to us if the need arises. So we want to have contracts in place to be able to do that, to make sure that if people are coming to seek services with Marion County, that they're able to receive those services. We don't want, you know, vacant positions or hiring challenges to impact the level of service we can provide.
Yeah, that's great.
Commissioner Beth, I'm glad you brought that up, because something else that's come up recently is Oregon has the lowest number of hospital beds per capita of any state in the country, and along with our provider shortage. I think if I were doing state policy, these would be like bright red alarms going off, that we have to fix our healthcare provider shortage, and we have to have more hospital beds. We just have to have more healthcare resources available for our community.
Yeah. And this all is an issue pre-COVID.
Yep.
I mean, for the last several years, I've heard about the challenge in getting adequate staffing for healthcare in Oregon, specifically Marion County, because this is obviously where I live and I'm concerned about that. I'm really grateful that you're proactive.
Thank you.
So thank you for doing this and making sure our folks are taken care of. Oh, it's my turn.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I move to approve the contract for services with Healthcare Services LLC in the not-to-exceed amount of $150,000 to provide temporary healthcare personnel for alcohol and drug programs through August 31st, 2024.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Great, thank you.
You can stay there if you want.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I'll be back in a bit. I've got another topic.
Brian can wrestle you for the chair. All right, our next item is under Public Works. Consider approval of an order appointing Brandon Reich as the Marion County Planning Director and Zoning Administrator effective September 1st, 2021. Brian, welcome. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, it's been a few weeks off here
Can I
in
just
terms of
ask,
coming to the board session.
how
yeah.
come Brandon is in the back of the room and not the front of the room?
Come on,
since we're
Brandon,
appointing
come on
him?
up here.
He came in. Sorry.
Who is Brandon? Yeah.
He's wearing a suit today. Come on.
All right, good morning. I'm Brian Nicholas, Marion County Public Works Director. And this is
Brandon Reich, Marion County Public Works, Building and Planning Division Manager.
So I'm here this morning because after 31 years, Joe Fenimore is planning to retire. Joe is our principal planner and was appointed by the board to act as the planning director and zoning administrator, two statutorily defined roles for the county in 2016. He served those roles since that time. Next Tuesday, August 31st, will be his final day with the county before he retires. So it's time to appoint a new planning director, and that's why we're here. So our candidate is Brandon Reich. He's been with the county for 21 years, all with the planning section. Most of that time as the associate planner for the county. 2 years ago in October 2019, he was promoted to the division manager position, so now he manages planning and building inspection activities for the county. So he's been a county employee for 21 years, has been involved in just about every aspect of planning. He's been applying the county code for that 21 years and has contributed over that time to introducing new requirements, new code language and sections in response to legislative mandates and state level regulations that come on from time to time. He's acted as the county's FEMA floodplain coordinator and just a number of roles in that area. He's participated in at the local level in committees and committee work, developing approaches, responses to legislative mandates and the planning environment as it sort of evolves over time. So Brandon is definitely our most qualified individual on staff to fulfill those roles. He's actually actively pursuing the new hire for that principal planner position. So the principal planner doesn't have to be the planning director. We're asking to appoint Brandon as the planning director for now. And then sometime down the road when that responsibility may transfer to the principal planner, but the principal planner doesn't have to serve in the planning director role. So there's no telling right now just how long Brandon might hold on to that designation until we come back to the board for a change. But anyway, Brandon is here. He came down to answer any questions you might have. So we'll turn it over to you for
I wish
questions.
we could treat this like a fun interview and really put you on the spot. But instead, I'll just say I'm really glad it's you. I've only been here for 8 months, but it's been an extreme pleasure to work with you. And your customer service skills are bar none. So I'm sure whoever you hire to take over in the gigantic shoes Joe is leaving behind will have their work cut out for them. But I know that under your leadership, regardless, they'll be successful. And I'm glad that you're going to be the interim in this transition.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm also really grateful that you're here and willing to step up to it, because I relied pretty heavily on Joe with our planning decisions, and it's just complicated. It's a really complicated body of law, and it's nice to have somebody with a couple of decades of experience that we can continue to rely on. So I guess my ask would be that you keep mentoring some of the younger planners and get them the experience they need to get to a place where I and the other commissioners can feel comfortable being like, hey, Brandon, we're in this spot. How do we get out of this? Or how do we navigate this? Mm-hmm. And some of that just comes from having seen it over and over and over again for years and years, So, so it's like I was really bummed when Joe was leaving, but it was like a comfort blanket to know that you were coming up behind him and you had, there's not going to be any loss. And in fact, I think you bring different gifts and skills than Joe had, and like Commissioner Bethel said, really have a great way about you and are humble and just great customer service. And I'm grateful for the spirit you sort of infused in your staff as well. It's kind of really focusing on that and being service oriented. So I'm really excited about this, and thank you. And I guess, my ask is please pick us a good one for whoever comes after you. Don't leave us without.
I think it impacts him just as much as it impacts
without
us. So
having a good one.
The bar's high.
Thank you.
I'm just really disappointed that Joe's not here to pass the gavel over to you. Where is Joe? I bet you he's watching, right?
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's watching. Joe, we're looking at you right now. Hey, have good in your retirement, and we know you're a behind-the-scenes guy, and thank you for all the good work that you have done for Marion County and the citizens of Marion County to help people get to yes and yet stay within the rails and the guidelines. And Brian, I want to thank you, Brandon, Lanny, you know, the leadership team at Public Works that's really got this outward mindset towards the citizens and trying to help them during these very difficult times we've experienced, especially in the last 18 months. It was the perfect storm for you all to be there. Brandon, this is just a formality because I really know you've already stepped into these boots, and we're glad to have all of you, and thank you. And please pass that on to your people. I called the other day, and I know I sent this text message to both of you. I called because I had a final inspection on a permit that my contractor hadn't followed up on, and the person that answered the phone was the nicest person. I mean, I would have hired her in a heartbeat for you know, any kind of customer service job. And it was just really, really great to be able to call her Public Works on a permit deal. And she didn't know who I was, right, at that point in time. And just to be treated like I was the, you know, the customer from, you know, with $1 million in my hands to give to her. So thank you for the culture that you've been developing over there and will continue to do, and really appreciate it. And the results that we get, that you know, the productivity that we're getting out of the team is really even the benefit of that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, if I may, one of the things that I noticed, even like with some of the land use cases, it's amazing how fast we can move forward when you don't have an adversarial relationship with the folks that are coming in. And sometimes they're the ones that like start off being adversarial, right?
Oh, no, that didn't happen.
And I think some of the skill and the brilliance of Brandon and his team is they take people that come in ready to fight and sort of help turn an adversarial relationship into a collaborative relationship. And yeah, it's remarkable how much faster things can get done when everybody's pulling in the same direction.
Agreed.
Yep. Well, Commissioner Willis, you want to take a
My
motion?
turn? All right. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve an order appointing Brandon Reich as the Marion County Planning Director and Zoning Administrator, effective September 1st, 2021.
I second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I guess I just want to know who you're going to be rooting for in the Civil War.
Oh, Oregon State.
You don't have to answer
Yeah,
that
good
question.
job.
You don't have to answer that.
What do you say?
Well,
He said
Oregon State, it's my alma mater.
Well, we're missing Joe's jacket, though.
Go Wolves, go Warriors.
I got a couple extra ties I can give you. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further serious discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, great, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Brandon.
Thank you.
Okay, Brian, you're still up, and Kathleen's going to join you in considering approval of incoming funds, intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Military Department Office of Emergency Management, provide fund reimbursement for costs related to severe winter storm ice event emergency through June 30th, 2027. Oof. All right.
Again, I'm Brian Nicholas, Marion County Public Works Director.
I'm Kathleen Silva, Marion County Emergency Manager. And I'm before you today to ask for you to consider the approval of the incoming funds for the intergovernmental agreement between Oregon Military Department, Office of Emergency Management, to provide funds for reimbursement for the cost related to the severe winter storm and ice event through June 30th of 2027. And what this is in regards to is we had the federally declared disaster 4599, which was February 11th through February 15th of 2021. And this is for us to be able to receive reimbursement for emergency work and repairs for replacement of disaster damaged facilities. And currently we're working with FEMA through the Public Assistance Program to seek reimbursement up to 75% of the cost that the county has spent during that disaster. And I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions?
Yeah, why is the contract so long?
I was actually wondering that
Yeah.
myself. That is,
For FEMA.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like, I don't want to wait that long to get this money.
Yeah, it's just the contract term. It's sort of a standard number that they pick. There's a duration for this type of a contract. This really is just the contractual vehicle that we'll use to submit our FEMA eligible costs to the state and get reimbursed. So that's the window in which we can seek that reimbursement. It won't take us that long
Okay.
to complete the reimbursement process.
And then did you say the ice event was February 11th through February 15th?
yes.
It's only 4 days.
Well, that's the duration of the
But
freezing
like, we
temperatures.
were I lived
activated
that for a while.
through, you know, the 26th of February,
Yeah.
just because of the aftermath of it. But for public assistance, they only count for the actual event in which
Okay.
the incident transpired. And so there's always a beginning and an end, and that is the parameter in which the greatest impact was within
Sure.
the counties impacted.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah, we are still
I'm like, I really feel like this is a
Working,
really
but-
long process for the longest 4
Oh, it's
days of my
the
life.
worst, Commissioner.
Yeah, 16 days. Some folks were without power for
It's
16
the
days.
I still have a tree down in my backyard.
Yes, me too.
All right,
I fixed my chainsaw.
good job.
Yeah, I took it into, because I started it up and the chain wouldn't turn, and I took it into State Street Saw Shop, and she goes, well, you just need to push your breaker bar back.
Oh, my God. Is it stored next to your gas can?
Oh, don't get me started.
Okay.
That sounds like something
You
I
can
would
borrow
do.
my
I know.
chainsaw. My point is.
I know how to run a chainsaw.
Okay, I know you do.
Is Danielle thinking the same thing? I was like, Commissioner Cameron, that sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, exactly. I hadn't
Okay.
used it in so long, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I bet that Kathleen at some point is going to put a video online on how to do that, because.
You know, you actually made me think about it, because September is National Preparedness Month, and we talked about, you know, the different things that we would love to have a video.
I would just say, I went and filled sandbags, and I'm online teaching
Yeah.
people how to do that. I think you should go teach people how to start a
There you
chainsaw.
go.
10 gallons of gas and a fire and a chainsaw for down trees. I
Let's
got
be
it.
prepared.
I got it
You know
all, I
what?
just don't know how to use it.
In your
That's it.
defense and many, many others, people, it's not like the instruction manual that comes with a chainsaw is like that helpful. It's usually pictures that you can't understand, and people are terrified because it could kill you. So it creates
Oh.
all these challenges to really have proper etiquette with it. I just happen to grow up with them, so,
High respect for any power tool.
yeah.
Okay,
Well, we'll be sending you an email, Commissioner.
all right.
That and
No, I know how to use it.
generators,
I
you
know
know,
how to
are
use
another
it.
big topic, you know, how to.
I have
That's right.
I have a
maintain
generator.
this.
I just found out last week that it's not 240 though, or 220. I gotta get a new one, because I had the backflow device installed for my house when I did the smoke damage remodel, and I gotta get a new generator, so.
Well, here's a tip. Don't put your generator in your house if when power goes out, and run it inside.
No, I know
Because
that.
That's really bad.
All right,
Okay.
we
Mr.
digressed.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the incoming funds intergovernmental agreement with the Oregon Military Department, Office of Emergency Management, to provide fund reimbursement for costs related to the severe winter storm ice event, emergency through June 30th, 2027.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thanks, Kathleen.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Brian. And by the way, Joe was watching. Okay. We are going to recess the Board of Commissioners and convene a contract review board. Under Health and Human Services, consider approval of an order for a class special procurement to obtain mental health, alcohol, and drug counselors for adults and adolescents, support court mandated participants in Marion County Circuit Court specialty court programs. And Ryan is back, and Camber is here with us, and Kevin, we got your name here just in case, all right?
Good morning, Commissioners and members of the board. My name is Camber Schlag. I'm the Contracts and Procurement Manager in the Finance Department.
And Ryan Matthews, Administrator with the Health and Human Services Department.
And we are before you this morning because this special procurement is a request for Marion County Health and Human Services on behalf of the Marion County Circuit Court to contract with 3 known providers, Bridgeway Recovery Services Incorporated, Options Counseling, and HYB Counseling, and the ability to have providers reach out to us who are approved through the correctional program checklist or are in the process of becoming approved that we may contract with throughout the term of the Criminal Justice Commission grant that expires on June 30th, 2023. The providers we are seeking specialize in providing dedicated mental health counselors and alcohol and drug counselors with a focus on reducing recidivism for adults and adolescents. The special procurement was posted on August 18th, 2021. One potential provider has come forward. We hope additional providers will come forward as well. I have invited the potential provider to submit a proposal for a qualifications review by the Sheriff's Office, Community Corrections Division, Health and Human Services, and the Marion County Circuit Court. If qualified, the county will negotiate a contract for services with a term ending on June 30th, 2023. And with that, I invite any questions you may have.
Questions for Camber?
So I don't have any questions, but I just want to read in the background of the procurement. These courts offer nonviolent offenders an alternative to incarceration and teach participants to become productive law-abiding citizens, reducing recidivism and promoting healthier communities. I think this is one of the most foundational things that Marion County does. And I know that Commander Carbondi and others have a significant impact on it. I understand we're just here for a special contract to move this forward, but I just want to say on the record that I'm really grateful to Marion County, the Health Department, law enforcement, and the courts for doing this. For seeing people as people and recognizing that challenges occur and that sometimes we just need an extended hand to get through it.
Good job, Commissioner.
Thanks.
I agree.
I'm proud of myself today.
It's important. You should be.
All right.
Okay, is it my motion?
Yep.
All right, Mr. Chair, I move that we approve an order for a class special procurement to obtain mental health, alcohol, and drug counselors for adults and adolescents to support court-mandated participants in the Marion County Circuit Court Specialty Court programs.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks,
Thank you.
Camber. Okay, we will close the contract review board and go back to the Board of Commissioners meeting. And whose turn is it to read that?
It's my turn.
All right.
Because the good commissioner took the consent agenda. Today is Wednesday, August 25th. It's 9 o'clock. We just concluded our board session here in the Senator hearing room. At 1:15 this afternoon, we have a Board of Commissioner Chief Administrative Officer meeting with an executive session if needed pursuant to ORS 192.660 to A, B, D, E, F, H, and I. That's located in the Commissioner's Boardroom on the 5th floor of this building, 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem. On Wednesday, that's today, August 25th, at 3:30 in the afternoon, we have a Marion County Extension 4-H Service District meeting located in the Commissioner's Boardroom, the 5th floor of this building. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, we have a FEMA briefing for local officials located in the Commissioner's Boardroom on the 5th floor of this building. Tomorrow, Thursday, August 26th, at 9 in the morning, we have a work session that's going to be about our law enforcement assisted diversion program. We're going to have a discussion about that. That's located in the Commissioner's Boardroom on the 5th floor of this building. Tomorrow, Thursday, August 26th, at 1 in the afternoon, we have a Health and Human Services Policy meeting located in the Commissioner's Boardroom, 5th floor of this building, 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem. Tomorrow, Thursday, August 26th, at 1:30 in the afternoon, we have a work session regarding a home program owner rehabilitation and new construction meeting. It's located in the Commissioner's Boardroom, 5th floor of this building. On Thursday, August 26th, tomorrow at 3:30 in the afternoon, we have a Santiam Rebuild Coalition meeting at Green Acres Landscape, 5711 Gaffin Road Southeast in Salem. On Monday, August 30th at 10:30 in the morning, we have a Mid-Valley Jobs Council, and that's a virtual meeting. On Tuesday, August 31st at 9:30 in the morning, we have a management update located in the Commissioner's Boardroom. It's the 5th floor of this building. On Tuesday, August 31st at 1:30 in the afternoon, we have a Marion County Housing Authority regular meeting located in the Commissioner's Boardroom. It's the 5th floor of this building. And then on Tuesday, August 31st at 3 in the afternoon, we have a Health and Human Services Policy meeting located in the Commissioner's Boardroom on the 5th floor of this building. On Wednesday, September 1st at 9 in the morning, we have board session again in this room, the Senator hearing room. That's the 1st floor of this building, 555 Court Street Northeast in Salem. And then Wednesday, September 1st at noon, we have a Woodburn Marion County meeting located at the Metropolis. That's 347 North Front Street in Woodburn. And then on Wednesday, September 1st At 1:15 in the afternoon, we have a Board of Commissioners Chief Administrative Officer meeting with an executive session if needed pursuant to ORS 192.660 to A, B, D, E, F, H, and I, located in the Commissioners Boardroom on the 5th floor of this building.
A little bit of a long calendar there.
Yes.
So just, anybody who's watching, just reminding them that the Oregon State Fair opens this weekend. And on Friday night, there is the Oregon State Fair Foundation is hosting the Oregon Harvest at the fairgrounds, which is an adult time to sample all kinds of wine and microbrews and food and listen to some really good music. That's Friday night. It's separate admission from the fair. Bring your mask.
This Friday is the wine thing.
Uh-huh.
Going to the casino for a birthday party.
There you
Haven't been there
go.
Forever. I don't gamble because I just don't. But I think I might play bingo.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I think, I'm trying to think who the opening act is at the fair. I think it's Chicago. But I'm waiting for, never mind, no comments.
I know where you're going with this.
Who-
And that's, okay. I know who Chicago is.
Who is Chicago? My
Okay.
favorite song they sang was, It Gets Stronger Every Day or something like that. I can't remember the title of it, but
Jan says, mhm.
the words were pretty cool. Anything else going on?
There's a lot going on.
Okay, if not, if you don't want to say anything, then we will adjourn and go on with the rest of our day.